Most people think a barndominium either looks like a warehouse or costs $250,000 to look decent. That's not accurate. There are 12 specific plan types that consistently deliver what most people would call a luxury aesthetic for under $150,000 in the right market. This video walks through each one and explains why they work. Stay through this breakdown because most people confuse luxury with size. They don't. Luxury in barndominiums comes from 3 design principles that have nothing to do with square footage. One of the plans I'll show you later quietly eliminates about $30,000 in structural costs without sacrificing anything visual. You'll see exactly how. Before we start, understand this. Prices vary depending on your region, your finish choices, and whether you're acting as your own general contractor. These aren't mansions. These are plans designed around efficiency. The goal here is to show you what's architecturally possible when you prioritize design intelligence over raw size. Let's begin. Plan 1, the linear single story. Square footage range 1,200 to 1,400. This is a rectangular single-story layout with a central great room, 2 bedrooms on one end, and a primary suite on the other. No hallways. The entire plan is basically one long bar with minimal interior walls. Why it looks expensive? High ceilings in the main living space, continuous sightlines, and large windows on the long sides. People associate open spans with custom homes. What keeps it affordable? Rectangular footprints are the cheapest to frame and roof. You're not paying for complex angles or multiple roof pitches. Simple geometry. That's the entire reason this works under $150,000 in most markets. Plan 2, the Loft Edition single story. Square footage range 1,400 to 1,600 with about 300 square feet of loft space. This is a single-story main floor with a partial second story that overlooks the great room. The loft typically becomes an office, guest area, or flex space. Why it looks expensive? 2-story volume in the main room. That vertical space reads as luxury because most tract homes have 8-foot ceilings. This doesn't. What keeps it affordable? You're only building a partial second floor, not a full one. That means fewer stairs, less structural load, and no need for a second HVAC zone in most climates. The cost increase over a pure single story is minimal, but the visual impact is significant. One thing to note here, exposed beams in the great room amplify the effect without adding real cost. Structural members you'd install anyway become design features. Plan 3, the compact courtyard design. Square footage range 1,500 to 1,700. This plan wraps living spaces around a small central courtyard or covered outdoor area. Bedrooms and common areas face inward toward that courtyard. Why it looks expensive? Courtyards signal intentional design. They create privacy and a resort-like feeling even on small lots. What keeps it affordable? You're enclosing less exterior wall than a sprawling single story of the same square footage. The courtyard is just a concrete pad with minimal cover. That's it. You're not adding significant structural complexity, just rearranging the footprint to feel more deliberate. This layout works especially well if you're building in a climate where outdoor living matters. The courtyard becomes functional space without conditioning costs. Plan 4. The divided great room. Square footage range 1,600 to 1,800. This is a rectangular plan where the great room is split into 2 zones, living and dining, using furniture placement, not walls. Kitchen runs along one side with an island. Why it looks expensive? The lack of dividing walls makes the space feel larger than it is. High ceilings and consistent flooring throughout reinforce that. What keeps it affordable? Fewer interior walls mean less framing, less drywall, less labor. The cost savings are straightforward. Open floor plans aren't just trendy, they're cheaper to build. The key here is intentional furniture placement. Most people don't realize that how you arrange a space contributes more to the perception of luxury than the finishes themselves. Before the next plan, there's something most buyers overlook when they compare barndominium costs: roof complexity. Every additional roofline, every valley, every change in pitch adds labor and material cost. The simplest roof is a single gable, 2 slopes, 1 ridge, that's it. The plans that stay under $150,000 almost always use simple roof lines. If you see a plan with multiple dormers or intersecting gables, expect to add $15,000 to $25,000. Keep that in mind as we continue. Plan 5, the 3-bedroom single gable. Square footage range 1,700 to 1,900. This is a straightforward 3-bedroom, 2-bath layout under a single gable roof. Great room in the center, bedrooms on one wing, primary suite on the other. Why it looks expensive? Vaulted ceilings in the great room. You're exposing the roof structure instead of installing a flat ceiling, which creates volume. What keeps it affordable? That single gable roof. No valleys, no additional ridges, just 2 planes. You're also saving by vaulting the ceiling instead of building a second story. Less structure, less cost. This plan works for families who need 3 bedrooms but don't want to stretch into a 2-story layout. It's practical without feeling basic. Plan 6, the master on main with upper bedrooms. Square footage range 2,000 to 2,200. Primary suite on the main floor, 2 or 3 secondary bedrooms upstairs. Great room spans both levels. Why it looks expensive? That 2-story great room again, high visual impact. The separation between the primary suite and secondary bedrooms also reads as luxury because it offers privacy. What keeps it affordable? The second story only covers part of the footprint. You're not doubling the square footage of the roof or foundation. And because the great room is open to both levels, you're conditioning one large volume instead of multiple separate rooms. This layout appeals to families with older children or buyers planning for guests. The master on main setup ages well. Plan 7, the Flex Space Edition. Square footage range 1,800 to 2,000 with a detached or attached flex building. Main house is a simple 2 or 3 bedroom layout. Attached or nearby, there's a smaller structure, workshop, studio, or guest suite, under the same or a separate roof. Why it looks expensive? Having a separate structure signals that the property was planned, not just built. It adds visual interest and function. What keeps it affordable? If you build both structures at the same time, you're sharing site prep, utilities, and contractor mobilization costs. The incremental cost of adding a 400 square foot shop is much lower than building it later. This plan works for buyers who need workspace or want rental income potential. The flex building can be finished later if the budget is tight initially. Plan 8, the great room with Clerestory windows. Square footage range 1,900 to 2,100. Central great room with a raised section of roof that allows for Clerestory windows, upper windows that bring in light from above. Why it looks expensive? Natural light from multiple levels makes any space feel high-end. Clerestory windows are associated with custom architecture. What keeps it affordable? The raised roof section is a simple structural addition. You're not adding square footage, just height in one area. The windows themselves are standard sizes. The effect is dramatic, but the cost increase is modest, typically a few $1,000s. Lighting is one of the most underrated factors in how a space feels. This plan prioritizes that without inflating the budget significantly. Plan 9, the barn style with shop integration. Square footage range 2,000 to 2,400, including shop space. Living quarters occupy one half or one end of the structure. The other portion is unfinished shop or garage space. Why it looks expensive? The scale. A 60-foot-long metal building with high ceilings and a clean facade reads as substantial. What keeps it affordable? You're only finishing part of the interior. The shop area is left as concrete slab and metal walls. That drastically reduces finish costs. You're essentially getting a large building envelope for the price of finishing a smaller home. This works for buyers who need vehicle storage, workshop space, or hobby areas. You can finish the shop later if needed.
Plan 10. The U-shaped courtyard with breezeway. Square footage range 2100 to 2500. 3 connected structures forming a U-shape around a central courtyard. Living spaces in the main section, bedrooms in the wings, connected by covered breezeways. Why it looks expensive? The layout itself. U-shaped designs feel intentional and resort-like. The covered outdoor space adds usable square footage without conditioning costs. What keeps it affordable? Simpler individual structures are easier to build than one complex building. Each wing can use basic rectangular framing. The breezeways are just roof and posts, minimal cost. This plan suits larger families or multi-generational living. The separation between wings offers privacy while keeping everyone connected.
Plan 11. The single-story with bonus room above garage. Square footage range 2,000 to 2,200. Main living area is single-story. Attached garage has a bonus room above it. Office, guest room, or media space. Why it looks expensive? The bonus rooms feel like found space. They suggest the home was designed with flexibility in mind. What keeps it affordable? You're already building the garage. Adding a second story above it requires minimal additional foundation or roofing. The cost per square foot for that bonus room is lower than adding the same space to the main structure. This layout works well on smaller lots where you need to build vertically without committing to a full 2-story home.
Plan 12. The compact 2-story. Square footage range 1,800 to 2,000 across 2 levels. This is a true 2-story layout, but with a small footprint. Living areas downstairs, bedrooms upstairs. Why it looks expensive? 2-story homes carry more visual weight than single stories. They feel more substantial, even at smaller square footage. What keeps it affordable? Smaller footprint means less foundation, less roof, less site work. You're stacking space instead of spreading it. In markets where land is expensive or lots are small, this makes financial sense.
The trade-off is stairs, which some buyers avoid. But if that's not a concern, this plan delivers the most conditioned space for the least exterior envelope cost. If you want more breakdowns like this, realistic numbers, no hype, just design and cost analysis, subscribe. Luxury in housing isn't about price, it's about planning. The plans in this video work because they prioritize space efficiency, simple structure, and thoughtful layout over size. A well-designed 1,800 square foot home will feel better and cost less to maintain than a poorly planned 2,500 square foot one. That's the point. Smart layouts beat oversized homes, always.